Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've had family over for the last week or so, whenever I made the last video. But today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the palm fan, one of my favorite moves to do. Here's what it looks like. And it's just a fan, but it rolls across your palm to keep it going. So there's two different variations. There's a variation where you just keep it moving with your wrist and by flicking it. And there's a variation where you push it with your thumb. And I'm going to be teaching you the wrist flick version, not the pushing it with your thumb. So how you can start this trick is start it closed but in the ice pick. And what you're going to want to do is flick it out until you get to this position, where you're holding the safe handle and the blade and the bite handle are just floating. And then when you're first practicing, you're just going to want to practice getting the other handle up to almost like a vertical, because anywhere up here works for starting the fan, but if it's down here, it won't start. So you just want to practice flicking it up to get the other handle kind of where it would want to be for a fan. Once you've done that, you can start trying to add some wrist flicking to actually get the trick moving. This fan is hard to get the hang of, but what you're trying to do is flicking your wrist and using your fingers to kind of roll the balisong across your palm, kind of like this. So you're flicking it up and rolling across your palm. So flick up, roll across your palm, while using your fingers to kind of guide it through that and gain some momentum. Also, some good balisongs to use when learning this would be anything neutral, really, because those are good for fanning. Just give yourself another advantage while trying to learn this. So you're going to be here, flick it up, and you're going to kind of rev your wrist and pull with your fingers like this across your wrist. And you should be able to get a fan going after a few attempts. And then you kind of want to keep your wrist flat, if not tilted a little bit down, to give it even more momentum. And then when you want to end the trick, or when it stops, you can catch it anywhere. If you catch it with the blade facing up, you can kind of still do a rollover. But how I like to do it is catch it when it's like this again, and do a rollover, and do whatever you want. But that's the basic concept. I'm sorry if it's not a great tutorial, but how I like to use this trick sometimes is I'll do like a backhand fan, palm fan, and then once that ends, I'll do a backhand aerial transfer over so I'm back on the safe handle, and then I can do whatever from there. And that's one of my favorite ways to actually use this trick. Sorry, I'm adjusting my hand. But other than that, you just need to practice this trick and get used to kind of just revving it to get the momentum going. But then once you've got it down, it's a pretty easy trick. And after you've learned that version, you can learn how to go backwards, which is like that when you use your thumb. But yeah, that's the end of the tutorial. Sorry it's kind of short. Bye.